let us follow due process. Just this morning, the NDC filed an injunction against the Electoral Commission for the illegal recollation of results that they were doing for some contested constituencies. That injunction will be upheld. We will not allow any further recollation of any results illegally. The Electoral Commission knows its own laws. Just as we're told 4 years ago that the game is evidence, and it's in the pink sheet, and that elections are won or lost at the polling stations. Please let us ensure that whatever contest there is taken to the courts for the court to determine the matter. It is not the Electoral Commission that can overturn any declaration that its own officers have made at polling stations. Okay, so please be rest assured that these matters will be effectively, efficiently, decisively dealt with. But for assurance, as our head of IT, Omani Boama, has assured us, and our national executives have also assured us, the NDC is in a comfortable lead. We have a majority, 2/3 member parliament, and we will use that majority to reset this country and to do very good work. So please be rest assured. I also like to say thank you to the Zongo communities, the Zongo and inner city communities. This election has partially been determined by your commitment to truth, and your conscience. Even as we're being invited to journey along religious lines, we came to you, we sold our message, we went back to history and showed you just how much the NDC has done for our Zongo and inner city communities. We asked you to compare the impact of our term in office to what the Nana Bawumia government had done over the past 8 years. We invited you to do a just and fair comparison. We asked you to look at your own situation, Wasitinemu, and make a choice as to who really has the Zongo communities at heart with regards to development. We didn't want to make our elections about religion, about ethnicity. Of course, it will be people with different diverse ethnic groups, religious backgrounds that will contest elections. But that must not be the primary consideration in determining who leads. You heard our message and you voted massively for the NDC. You voted for development. You voted for recognition. You voted for amplification of your issues. And we said that, and for that we are truly thankful. And I know His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will continue to do everything that he has promised to lift the face of our Zongo communities and grant us more opportunities for education and for jobs for our people within the Zongo communities and inner cities. For that, we are tremendously thankful. Thank you for hearing our message and voting accordingly. Thank you so very much. To my northern communities, I visited many of the northern communities, just as almost everybody on this campaign touched different parts of the northern region. The northern region had seen some inroads for the New Patriotic Party over the past 8 years as a result of, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on the ticket. In the northern region in particular, of the 18 constituencies, we were all 9 apiece for NDC and NPP. For Upper West region, we had lost 3 seats to the NPP. Upper East region, a couple of seats as well. Savannah region, we were done 4-2, 3-4 or so. In Northeast, NPP had 4, we had 2. So there were these inroads that the NPP had managed to do in the northern parts of our country, and we worked hard. We worked hard in all the regions. The regional executives as well as the MPs in those did not leave any stone unturned in selling the NDC's message for change, for reset, and also still drawing people's attention to their own lived realities, to look at their lived realities and not think of individuals who have been put in positions who are actually enjoying from the largest of those positions at the expense of the collective in terms of the community again, you listen to our message. And what a wow. From Upper West, where we reclaimed all our 3 seats because we said it was agenda 11-11, Upper East 15/15. You know, Northern region, I think we're done 14 so far. So we increased the number of seats, even though we didn't get all the seats we had anticipated that we will claim back in the Northern region. In the Savannah region, there is we would have done all the seats, but for one, which is the Damongo seats, which is in contention because we believe that Abu Jinapor may have you know, ensured an illegal declaration of him as the winner of that result, and Honorable Galus will contest that matter in court, and we believe that at the end of the day, when evidence is adduced, we would all come to the realization that Abu Jinapor did lose that election in the Damongo constituency. From Oti, from Bono to Bune East, it's been a tsunami. If you come down to the coastal areas, it's been a complete wiping out of the NPP. I mean, Western region 15/17 seats, Greater Accra region 31/34 seats. You know, it's been tremendous. The Ghanaian people truly knew what they were about. Even though at a point one gets worried, I'm like, everything we're talking about, is it like Ghanaians are really not experiencing it? Are we exaggerating the pain, the hardship? Not knowing, say, Ghana for they were waiting for the right time to make this resounding statement. Today, I saw a video of Kennedy Ejapong, and I'll probably share it on this platform. Kennedy Ejapong was telling us that he was accusing his party, as always, that because they always think that they have some 2 million votes that they always used to rig the election, they didn't care what Ghanaians were feeling, and they were not listening to Ghanaians, which is evidence of the fact that the MPP always engages in illegal activity to increase their numbers. Kennedy Ejapong has said it. I'm sure many of you have seen that video. I'll post it on my page afterwards. And this, I'm bringing this up to refute this misinformation and erroneous impression that the MPP is narrative that the MPP is trying to project to Ghanaians, that it is because their base did not come out. And we heard Dr. Baumia say that at least 2 million, and some MPP people say that at least 2 million of MPP supporters didn't turn up. That must be a lie. 2 million of your supporters didn't turn up, then that's a major you know, it's a major judgment on you. It can't possibly be true, because where else? And that we didn't increase our numbers. We couldn't possibly have had the same numbers. I mean, 56%. What was the percentage win from our last election? We didn't win that election. 56% is a huge number. It couldn't have been just the NDC base. NDC over the years, the two parties, our traditional base has always been about 4 million. So where did the numbers come from? And when parties win election, especially opposition parties, it's also because there are neutrals that have voted for that party. There are disgruntled elements from the opposition that have also voted for that party. So NDC has benefited from neutral votes, just as we have also voted from some disgruntled elements. Of course, there will be a fraction of NPP people, hardcore NPP people, who are both angry with the NPP and so will not vote for the NPP and would sit down. Don't also forget the Alan factor. So to say that it is the NPP that has given NDC this victory is a lie. It's very erroneous, and that 2 million people didn't vote. Who are these 2 million people? Kennedy is now telling us that these were the votes you usually use to stuff the ballots and pad the votes. 2 million. Otherwise, why would a key member of your administration stand in Ashanti and say that if you won 85% of the votes in Ashanti region, you wouldn't care about anything else in any other region? You see it. So you knew what you had planned to do, and everything you planned to do was foiled by the vigilance of the NDC and the grace of God that also foiled your plans, because it has to be also divine that the NDC was successful in the things that we put in place, because God was tired. Even God, Astaghfirullah, I suppose, must have been tired with the NPP. God cannot be happy that you use the name of God to go and, you know, execute a project that has cost this nation $58 million without anything to show for it, and then also continuously, you know, saying funny things, telling us that God will be asleep, angels will come and go. All these things couldn't have worked in your favor. So you did lose the election. You did not give the victory to the NDC. It is the people of Ghana who voted massively against you. Yes, they say that the turn-up rate was low generally this year, but the numbers, as we have seen them, were quite a lot. And that is a reflection, as we keep also saying, that perhaps there's a problem with this register. There's a problem with the register, and there's been padding, and there's been cheating and rigging of elections, especially on the side of MPP. Kennedy Japan says 2 million votes. 2 million votes you always believe you have, and so for that matter you wouldn't listen to anybody, because worst case scenario, once you add 2 million to your votes, you are done, you're home, dandy. You know, so please, just to address that matter as well. So thank you to my northern brothers, thank you to my central, western, my Bono East, Bono regions, all of them, all the Techiman areas. Thank you, Oti, Volta region, the whole seat, we claim it back. Congratulations to the people of Sal. The people of Sal now have Fred Afenyo now have an MP finally, after the judiciary connived with the NPP to deny the people of Sal a representative for 4 years. Today, alhamdulillah, the people of Sal have a representative in Parliament. So please do not worry at all. We will not cede any space to the NPP. We will contest it, as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has also assured us. We are a party of conscience, but we are also a party of conviction. Whatever is required to be done to demand an exact accountability, with the support and cooperation of CSOs, of the media, of the citizens of Ghana who have called for accountability to be instituted, we will deliver on that promise. We will still like to cooperation on the floor of Parliament. His Excellency John has assured us that no, don't call him supreme leader. We have a majority in Parliament. That is what it is. The MPP side must learn to cooperate and to come down from the high horse. I mean, the pronouncement of Afenyo markings indicates a group of people who still haven't learned the lessons yet of what has just happened to them. Perhaps they need just a few more days, some time for it to sink in, that they cannot carry on as business as usual, and they cannot be throwing their weight around and be speaking disrespectfully to people. They should know their level. Now they need to know their class. They are in a class of their own, as they have seen, as Ghanaians have seen. They are in a real low class of their own. But it will depend on their cooperation. If they still want to throw their weights about, of course, then NDC has to use these numbers to bring the development. We don't want that. Let us all learn our lessons, come to Parliament, cooperate, do the work we need to do to move this country forward. Otherwise, as you know, you are now a micro minority in Parliament. So please, you will be allowed to have your say. If you don't even take care, you will not be allowed to, you will not catch the eye of the speaker. So please, let us behave. Let us behave. Let the NPP behave. Let them accept what has happened to them. Eat humble pie. Be humble, even as they go about representing their constituencies, because their constituencies, they are also Ghanaians, and they need to be represented in Parliament. So it will all depend on how they're willing to cooperate. That I'm sure the leaders of the NDC side will also respond to them frontally and equally. And if they want cooperation, we'll cooperate. If they want if they want to be adversaries, well, the numbers won't lie in that regard. So we thank Ghana for that. Greater Accra region, you've done so marvelously well. We thank you. Thank you so very much for the love and support. Do you see it? And so Fatima, yes, so Nanado said that John is in his own class. Now they know their level. Saying that John was in first class, and now they are struggling for a pass or a fail. Yeah. So please, let us all rise up to the occasion and count our losses and reset with us. The minority side, kindly try and reset. Reset with Ghana. This is what Ghana wants. This is what Ghana wants. It doesn't seem to want to accept his defeat, but he has lost that seat. He's not coming back to Parliament, inshallah. So all those outstanding matters will definitely be resolved. So please, people of the NDC, let's trust our leaders. Let's bear them up in prayer and positivity. What we require now is positivity. It is too early. I saw somebody post and said that what have our leaders done? Where are they looking? One, please. It's too early. It's too early. We've done so much. You know it. See what we have all done together. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the processes. And if anybody, any group of people would want, you know, the betterment of this country and the betterment of the citizens of Ghana, know that it is the leaders you have elected. They have done a yeoman's job in protecting the ballots, and that's what you had asked us for. We have protected the ballot. We have delivered a massive win. We are still keeping our eye on the ball. We will keep our eye on the ball. Our executives will all do that, and we'll all be happy at the end of the day. We need positivity, positivity, positivity. Less distraction. So please, let us not also go and engage in other things. As I said, in the regions, in the villages, be vigilant. Be vigilant. As Bande has also said it, our national executive have also assured that we expect you to keep your eye on all appointees in your regions, in your districts. They are not allowed to go away with any state property. That is the truth. And if you catch any of them in the process, don't use violence. Impound the assets, get the police involved, or get your party executives involved. If you require to go and even lock off warehouses to prevent looting from MPP people, the people who are looting are MPP people, because they are the ones who know they are leaving power, and so they are angry with some of their DCEs for hoarding these products and not giving them away. So many of them are doing what? Going to steal and run away with these things. We cannot steal from ourselves. We are a party coming into government. Why should we? We cannot steal from ourselves, okay? So please, for those ones, when you catch them, lock the places up with padlocks that you have the key to, and ensure that you provide a certain security for the protection of those assets. They are not allowed. But please, let's desist from participating or allowing criminal elements to infiltrate our ranks and go to extremes of burning down buildings and doing that. Those buildings are state property. We need to protect state property. So at all times, please, this is what I would appeal to the base. We are not saying don't be vigilant. It is your cooperation and your vigilance that has delivered, you know, this mandate. And we have all to work together. The rank and file as well as the executives. We are on one side. We are not adversaries. We cannot be. We should not be. We should never be. Do you get it? So please, let us cooperate. 7th January is just around the corner. It's just around the corner. Don't take charge of any official state institution. Don't go and gather yourselves in the state institution. If you go there, you cannot start. The people have been employed. What we are doing and what we are gathering and should be doing is to gather intelligence and evidence. Anybody who has a backdated letter of appointment will be revoked. Anybody who has been employed wrongly will go through the process and will revoke those processes because they did not pass through the right processes. These ones, you don't do them through buga buga. You do them through intelligence. Anybody who has annoyed you, who is sitting in any office insulting the president, know that the person themselves know that their days are numbered. Nobody should tell them to start packing up their tools and going their way. They know they will go. They know they are going. However, we will not let them take any state assets away. And the presidency of Nana Akufo-Addo has issued a statement and told all government appointees to ensure that by, is it 3rd January or so, they should do what? They should all submit and bring back any state asset, government vehicle, leave your government houses, assets. Please do not leave your government built bungalows with your fridges and TVs that you didn't buy. If you bought it with your own money, alas. But if you did not, you are not allowed to go. Like some time ago, even cutlery was taken away by a former Speaker of Parliament. No, we don't want those kinds of things. Everything you came and the state used its resources to buy, either in your office or in your home, your official home, please, those items are not yours. You let them stay where they are supposed to be. So this is how we should, navigate this next couple of days. Trust that the leaders have a hang of everything that is happening. That's why we kept telling Ghanaians, choose experience over experiment. The experience of even the transition team should assure you that nothing would escape our eye. Nothing will escape our eye. Know that the people who have voted, people who are in these institutions, who didn't like what was going on, would disclose issues. Do you see it? So we need to do it orderly and we need to do it well. And anybody who has breached any law, I'm sure in due time, under the right circumstances, people will be made to account for their stewardship. As is by rights, we should do. As is by right, we should do. So once again, my dear colleagues, my friends, my sisters, brothers, uncles, younger brothers, senior sisters, all of you, we have all worked hard. The success has come. But mind you, the real work begins now that the success has come. Let us be minded by what has happened to the New Patriotic Party. We beg you in the name of God. We beg you in the name of God. If we say we are different, we must show a different character. Different character of leadership, different character of followership, so that the Ghanaian, we can consolidate this win in the next 4 years. Please think today, but think tomorrow. Let's not be in a rush to pressurize appointees or people who will be appointed to get rich quick and give out money. There is no get rich quick matter. We are going to reset this country. We are going to build this country together. We are going to produce what is required together, generate the prosperity, and fairly, equitably distribute this prosperity across all, for all of us to benefit from. Of course, the base that has worked so hard, of course, you always have your pride of place, as you should, but let us not be in a rush because if we fail, if we do the same wrong things, if we are quickly consumed by some greed to both the appointees who would be joining President Mahama and the followers who will be demanding heaven in 1 year, that will cause problem. It means we haven't learned our lesson, and it means Ghanaians can show us the lesson. But if we work hard with conscience and build this nation, and in 4 years reset it and build a strong foundation, my brothers and sisters, NDC can be in power for 16 years. It's all in the hands of God, but it is in our hands. It is more in our hands. You see, favor will only find us if we do the right things. Please, I'm pleading with you as a common floor member now. Please let us support John Dramani Mahama to execute the mandate. Let us show a different conduct. Dear colleagues who will be working with John, please, let us not joke with these things. Let's not brush it aside. This is not the time to be walking with your shoulders up high. Please, we must show we must show humility in everything that we do. Okay, this is a period of sacrifice. We cannot ask people to sacrifice along with us if we start quickly moving into an image of profligacy. Please forget your so-called designer stuff. We are a social democratic government. Let us be decent in our outlook, and let us be simple in our outlook. Even as we get to work to build, to roll up our sleeves to build this nation, I am pleading with you. Do not say, if I won't send me free me so. Saoka sa nature say yansa. I was saying yansa. We must learn, and we must not repeat these mistakes. Please, let's watch profligacy. Let's watch profligacy. Let's reduce our public expenditure, our personal expenditures. Let's manage it. Let's not be too much in the face of the people. If they are hungry, we must be hungry with them, and that is the truth. And that is the truth. We must try as much as possible, you know, stay up at night thinking of ways we can solve the problems for the people. Please, we beg you, to our supporters, language matters. Language matters. You should bear all of us up with positivity. Let's not be too quick to judge, you know, people negatively. Let's approach issues, even if we have feedback, let's give it constructively. Because as we all know, we must all assume the best for each other, that we want the best for this country, and until somebody proves to you otherwise, let's support with love and understanding. And I want to say these things with all humility. I beg you, please do not take it out of context. Please understand what I'm about to share. In the coming days, some of us are not even executives of the party. We are not in any high positions. But immediately our numbers were published, you wake up on an average day, you'll be besieged with calls. My dear friends, sometimes I'll get a call, a random call at 10 p.m. from someone who, when you pick, you say, oh, I just want to say hello. At 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. At 11 p.m. You call me, a married woman, at 11 p.m. If my husband is not understanding cry, it can create problems for me. Just to say you are calling to say hello. A lot of you have been very supportive. We understand. You sent text messages of encouragement, of prayers. We understand. But please, because of the time that people would need to work, if we distract them too much from issues that are not clear. So for example, if you are sending somebody a text message, send them a full text message.